Nope. Looks like somebody needs a bubble bath.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the HeroCross Hybrid Metal Figuration Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right out front here, we have an image of Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. And just so you guys know, this is a limited edition. You can tell by the sticker right there that says limited edition. 999. Each one is individually numbered. I got number 22. So that's pretty cool. On this side of the box, we have the Autobot symbol, Hybrid Metal Figuration, Evasion 1 Optimus Prime. On the top, Hybrid Metal Figuration, Evasion 1 Optimus Prime. On the bottom, Prime. On this side of the box, you have the same thing, just with a lot more creases, because apparently the post office decided to play football with the package. Yeah. It doesn't help either that the box that HeroCross sent this to me in was pretty flimsy, so that didn't help much either. So, yeah. Yeah. But anyway, it's a good thing I didn't pay for this, or I would be mad. But on the back of the box, we have your obligatory product shots. He can stand there. He can hold a foot up. He can kill you and rip your face off. Warning, don't eat anything in this box. That could be very, very bad for you. And when you open up the front flap here, and there obviously is where the figure sits, and on this side of the flap you have a bio if you want to read it, and that's basically it for the packaging. So moving right along, that box is already beaten up, so a toss ain't gonna do much more. It's not gonna do much more damage. So. Here we have little Evasion Mode Optimus Prime, and as I said, this is a limited edition figure. So only 999 or 1,000. Well, they said 1,000, but the box says 999. So I don't know. I don't know if number 0 counts as one as well. I don't know, but I'm going by the sticker and saying 999. But yeah, here is Evasion Mode Optimus Prime, and yeah, pretty cool figure. Getting close here so we can see the details. As you can see, he just looks dirty. He looks so dirty, as he did in the movie when he was in his evasion mode. But very nice head sculpt. And pretty much everything on this figure is identical to the Dark of the Moon figure that I reviewed earlier. A lot of it is the exact same mold. But yeah, still very nicely done. Nice paintwork. I mean, it looks dirty. I mean, every time I look at this, I just want to like lick my thumb and just go. No, it's not gonna come off. It's not gonna come off. But but still very nicely done, nicely detailed. Tons of detail on this, and those look very nice. Again, here close here, so you can see the eyes. Again, very nicely done, nicely detailed. He does have the mouth plate that you can remove. So you can take a look at his mug there. And again, that has that weathering, dirty effect to it as well. So, let's put that back on. That just taps right back in. And yeah. And you can see the new chest piece here. The more G1E chest piece. Got the broken windshields there. And the new grille. Very nice. And again, you know, that nice weathering, dirty paintwork on there. But very well done. Definitely very well done. Going up the arms. We'll take a look at his back here. Again, nice detail. And he just looks like he needs a bath. Like he desperately needs a bath. So, there you go. Now, articulation-wise, the head has a little bit of wiggly-waggly movement. He can't really... Hey, don't you blink on me yet. He can't really look up. He can look down a little bit. There is that hinge right there. As you can see, it's right in there. So you can look down a little bit. You know, rotation is limited. That's pretty much all you're going to get out of him as far as rotation goes. These little side pieces right here are on hinges. You can angle those however you want. These bits right here are on ball joints. You can kind of angle these how you wish. The shoulders are on a ball joint. They can do a full 360. They can go out that far. This little flap right here is on a hinge too, so that can be angled however you want. He does have a bicep swivel. This is actually on a ball joint, so you get a little bit of wiggly waggly movement out of that. Elbow joint with under 90 degrees of bend. This panel right here, and there's also on a ball joint. You can wiggle that around. The fists are on a ball joint, so they have some wiggly waggly movement as well. Rotation. He does have a waist swivel, which actually is ratcheted. There are some soft detents in there. You kind of thoops and thoops and thoops and thoops, and that's pretty much all the rotation you're going to get out of that. These little pieces right here can move as well. The hips are on a ball joint, so you get a little bit of wiggly waggly. Legs can go forward that much. They can go back that far outward. That's pretty much all you're going to get. There is supposed to be a swivel at this joint right here, but that is totally paint stuck, and I cannot get this to move for anything. That is totally paint stuck. It seems like they put this figure together first and then painted everything, which is not a good idea, because then that happens and joints get seized up. So yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Paint the figure first and then put it together. But yeah, there is supposed to be a swivel there, but it's totally, like on both sides, it is just totally paint stuck. But knee joints, you get under 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. These little knee flaps here are on ball joints as well. The feet are on ball joints. They can move up a little bit, down a little bit. You get a little bit of ankle tilt, more to one side than the other. His toes are individually articulated. And also his heels are also on hinges. So you can move those up and down independently. Oh, there you go. So, you know, as usual with these figures, they're not super articulated. You know, considering how, you know, kind of stocky and stumpy they are, you don't get a whole lot of range of movement out of those joints. Oh, and these little side doors here are on ball joints as well. So you can kind of angle those however you want. This one is, oh, that one, a little bit paint stuck, but actually that moves around a little more stiff than on this side. This side moves a bit more freely. This side's a little stiffer. So there you go. Now he does include some accessories. He does include a sword, which again is done with that nice, just dirty, grimy paint job with the transclearance yellow blade. Looks very nice. And he can hold that, although it is very, very tight, but he can hold it. You have him holding that. And he also has his gun right here, which is very nicely done. That looks cool. Nice detail, nice paintwork again. Like a little dingy and dirty. Not as dirty as the rest of them, but still. Got a little bit of that dinge factor going on there. But nicely done nonetheless. Then he can hold this in his other hand, and again, it's kind of tight, but he can hold it very securely. So you have that. He does have optional hands, which do kind of confuse me because, well, the first set of hands you get are the fully splayed out hands. That's what I call them. And you can see again, nice detail. And nice and grimy and dirty looking. But the other hands that he gets are these hands, which are still splayed out hands. The only difference is just the only real difference is just how much the fingers are bent, and this, I don't get this. I really don't get this. It's like how much do you want the fingers bent? Like this or like this? Like that or like that? Like that or like that? It makes a world of difference. Like that or like that? I don't know. I don't get this. I don't get this. But anyway, there you go. And the hands are on ball joints. Just pop them out, put the new ones in. So there you have that. You do get a display base, a nice rusty, dingy, dirty looking display base with nice Autobot symbol right there, done in silver. It also has a little name plaque, which is pretty cool. HMF number 041, Evasion Mode Optimus Prime, number 22 of 999. Nicely done. You do have a battery compartment right here. It takes 3 AAA batteries, which are not included. You will have to get those yourself. And you have your on-off switch right here. And when you turn it on, it lights up a nice bright white. It's very cool. Just stand prime up right there. And that makes for a nice display. And of course, with the base, you do get an arm for it, and this makes me very happy. One thing I've complained about in all of these HeroCross reviews is that arm they used to use, the plastic one, was just bad. That thing was just garbage in my opinion, and this actually is a much improved arm. I don't know if this is just going to be included with this limited edition piece, or if this is going to be what they use from here on out, but please, HeroCross, please let this be what you use from here on out, because that other arm was just garbage. I hope this is what you're going to be using from now on. Now, the little claw here is spring-loaded, which is great, and also has that little foam in there, so you don't scratch up your figure, although if you scuff this up, it really would you notice. But anyway, but it does have the foam in there to protect the figure, which is great. Very much like a Hot Toys little figure stand there. So very nicely done. And the arm itself is that bendy kind of coil, and yeah, that is so much better. That is so much better, and I really hope this is what you guys are going to be using from here on out, because this I like so much more than those other arms you were using. And you come right here on the base, and you just open up this little flap right here, and you just take this, and that just screws into the base, like that. And then you can just take this and just kind of wiggle it around how you want. And then just clip the figure in. I mean, granted, there's still not much to hold on to, but still, he can hold on to something. And, you know, that does work a bit better. You can see it actually does, you know, keep a pretty good grip on him. So, that's cool. Will it support his weight? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see here. Actually, I haven't tried to actually have him supported. I don't know, because there's not much to grab onto, so I don't know. We'll see if we can kind of get him under his arms there. There we go. Ah, look! Look at that! Look at that! And it can support the weights. That is great. HeroCross, again, please, let this be what you use from here on out. That makes me happy. That is awesome, because that actually works. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Please let this be what you use from here on out. But yeah, so there you go. I love that. I love it, I love it, I love it. So, let me just remove this. But yeah, very, very cool. So you have your display base. Oh, one other thing that I forgot to show here is you do get a little certificate of authenticity here. A little card, looks like an ID card. Limited edition, Hybrid Metal Figuration 041, 22 of 999. Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. Information there on HeroCross. And I got another little bio there. And on the back, the Transformers, Age of Extinction, HeroCross, and all your copyright information and whatnot. So you get a cool little card here, a little certificate of authenticity. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, the figure itself does have light-up features. It does come, the batteries are included for the light up features. So you have a button right up here on the back of his head and a button right here in the middle of his back. And when you turn that on, his eyes light up. And when you turn on the other switch, his little belly lights light up right there. Nice bright LEDs. Look very nice. There you go. Get them all lit up if you want. Get the base going and just get a nice little light party going on there. That makes for a pretty cool display. So, there you have that. Let me turn all this off so I don't drain the batteries. Don't want to drain the batteries. There you go. So for comparison, here he is with the HeroCross Bumblebee. So you can see how they look together. You can see he's a bit taller than Bumblebee, as he should be. Actually, he's supposed to be way taller than Bumblebee, but, you know. They don't want to make this figure too small, so There you go. There he is, a Bumblebee. And here he is with the Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime, which on mine, the hips have gotten a bit loose. But you can see they are the same mold. They have the same head, they have the same arms, they have the same legs, they have the same back. The only thing that's really different on this figure is just this central chest section. I mean, even these little side doors here are the same. The only thing that's really different on this mold is just this central chest piece here. But other than that, it's all the same mold. But still, looks very cool nonetheless. So, there, all there. And, yeah, that's pretty much it for this little guy. I mean, it's a cool figure. I do like it. You know, some little issues with it, you know, like some of the joints being a bit, you know, being paint stuck. That's not good. That's something they need to work on. I love the new arm. Again, I know I've said this like 10 times already, but please, let this be what you use from here on out. Please, 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 because this makes me happy. That's actually good. You know, the choices on the optional hands, I do not get at all because I did. I don't get this. I don't get this at all. And, you know, he doesn't really have the articulation for him to hold the gun with two hands, so using this as like a support hand, you can't do that because he can't get his arms in front of his chest. So that, you can't even justify it by saying that. It's just I don't get that, but other than that, I mean, like I said, it is just like the Dark of the Moon figure, which I do like. It's a very nice figure, so if you want a dirtier version of it with a better remolding, I think it's a pretty cool figure. So, as usual with these figures, you know, they're not perfect, but, you know, they're decent for what they are, you know, and I've said in all of these HeroCross reviews, you know, like, I personally would not spend my money on these figures because, you know, I don't collect this style of figure, but hey, if you enjoy this style of figure, if you think this is worth the money, then by all means, pick it up, enjoy it. So if you would like this or any of HeroCross's other offerings, you can buy directly from HeroCross themselves. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below. You can also get HeroCross figures from BigBadToyStore.com. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below as well. And you can also check out my HeroCross playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so check that out. And I think that's pretty much it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the HeroCross Hybrid Metal Figuration Evasion Mode Optimus Prime, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face! Bumblebee! Bumblebee! Oh, thank Primus I found you! The humans! They're hunting us down and killing us! I've been in disguise this whole time! I've been evading them! Okay, you know what? Full disclosure. I've been lying to you this whole time. I have no idea what you're saying. I've just been nodding and agreeing. Don't know what you're saying. Yes, exactly.